Well, hello everybody. How are you? An exciting day, exciting day. Today, well, we gotta walk tomorrow, so, but after tomorrow, we'll be getting the first 4 weeks in, showing that this is important to me and it's healthier and gonna help me to get to my goal. As we start next Monday, the beginning of our second month live streaming the Walk and Talk. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's all well. It's a nice day out, a little cloudy. Looks like we're gonna hit some rain, but it's a perfect day out. The sun ain't blazing too much, so that's what I like. I just like, the sun's too hot when you're walking. It's hard to talk with the chat, or at least it's hard to read anything, but I'm still not going to read nothing until we do the talk after. It's better that way. I get focused more on the walk and talk. So we're going to go, today I'm going to go a route we've done before. I don't have to cross no major streets. It's just all left turns. It's a big square. It's a coverage, pretty good few miles here. At least 3 miles, 3.5 miles, but the square we do. This is coming down Broadway, which is 7th Avenue, to I think 34th Street will go, and then 34th to Animal Drive back to 50th up to Broadway, back into the house, and then we'll do the talk. Oh, I did set the stream today. That's right. So we're gonna go to Rumble after this. A couple fans said you should do Rumble after the talk walk. So they can send Rumble rants, is what they were saying. So I accommodated that. So after the stream, we go right into his house and we go to Rumble. So be prepared to go to Rumble. I'll end this stream. To find me on Rumble, most of you guys already are signed up, and we got a lot of followers over there. Of course, you can find me as Joey C4254 or CatalanoTV. Same thing as YouTube. If you could choose to just watch the show, or if you want to be part of the chat, you got to make a page just like you do YouTube. Nothing hard, nothing. You just sign up with an email, and you go over there and you become a follower. Doesn't cost you nothing. What the hell is that? You can't tell if it was a dead. That's fun. Looks pretty good. Something on a fence. It was looked like a dried out squirrel that was dead, stuck in the fence. Sure, if it wasn't, it sure looked like one, but someone put it there, probably as a joke. Yeah, so that's, I can't believe 4 weeks is in, man. This is wild, man. 4 weeks we're in. I just didn't think this would happen. That we would, we're staying consistent. We're staying true to the cause, and then I'm staying true to myself, and you guys have been great. We've been hitting some great numbers with the Walk and Talk stream, at least for me. Like I said, we got to keep trying. Like Bob Levy told me today. I talked to Bob Levy on the phone a little while ago. Bob says, listen, you got to keep trying to see what works. You found it now. Now, Bob gave me some great ideas, which is something that we've already done. And I think he saw that, and you got to continue that. And I think he's right. So next week I'm going to plan to do a little travel into Tampa to the historical areas, and we'll talk about those. I'll get a little educated background if I don't know what is there that's historical. I'll do a little reading on it and do my best to talk about the history of that. Like we've been down to Ybor City. We talked a lot about the history of Ybor City a few weeks, I think in our second week. And I've been talking about driving to different places and doing that. We went to downtown. So I'm going to do that. He's right. He said that's going to be really good. People want to know that, they're interested. So we're on the same page with that. And I always turn to good advice from Bob Lee, because I think he's been around a long time, and Shuley and those guys. No matter what people think of them, they've been in the business a long time, and they know what works and what don't work. So at least they're pretty close on the money. So I guess I saw. I'll tell you what, it's funny. Well, we know John's walking now, right? Now, it's awful funny that, and I'm not trying to say it's because, but John starts walking after he kind of makes fun of me a little bit. And then he starts walking he's walking now, but he's not doing a stream, he's walking, I believe. But I mean, Chad did a walk and talk, I don't know if that was today or yesterday. Melton was sniping him, and he was doing an extra show like I do. Come on. I've been trying to get with Chad for he's 6 point something miles away, and I did write him a few emails. He doesn't acknowledge me, obviously don't want to know me, that's fine. But I mean, that's awful funny, man, Melton wants to be a smart guy and say, you didn't start nothing, but he always bounces on Chad, but today he sticks up for Chad when I called to do a show. So, that's what I thought of. Two-Face! Just does it for content, that's all Melton does. He just uses Chad because he gets the people to watch and interested in the way he talks about Chad. He's going to stick up for Chad because he just hates me. Melton hates me. He won't give me no credit for anything. So I'm cool with that. It's all right, Melton. God bless you. It's all good, buddy. I'm going to continue doing my thing. It's not a bad thing. It might be, like I said, we're going to have to adjust the times as we get deep in the spring, and it's best for summer. I'm not going to be out here, but I got to make sure that the audience, so I don't think it's going to be early in the morning because I'm going to lose audience, I think. So we're going to have to do it in the evening. It's at least when the sun's down. We'll probably do the stream starting I think we're going to start it in May 1st. We'll do the stream from in the evening. So I'll put that on there now, and I'll give plenty enough notice, and I'll advertise it for people to know that starting May 1st, we're going to go to I just got to pick a time, maybe, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night or something. Got to make sure there ain't a lot of people streaming other shows, because I want everybody's full attention, everybody to be positive, everybody to exercise or walk with me, or just be inspiration to the fact that, hey man, you're in your 4th month, you're doing it, So just trying to think what we're going to talk about today. I got some good stories. If I should go into a couple good old stories, or if I should just walk and just talk, The only difference with me when I'm walking and talking, I'm trying to focus on this walk so much that, I can multitask, but it's just like if I'm behind a desk and if I'm in a good mood or a bad mood, I'm relaxed, I'm sitting in my chair, I could be me, but here, this is something very serious to me. This is something I'm doing I'm not doing this because it's for the stream. I'm doing this first and foremost because it's something I have to do. I got to do some type of exercise, and he suggested you like to walk before, and it worked. It's just as good as exercise as anything else. He don't expect me to go in the gym and pump no weights, or I'm not big on for a treadmill or stuff like that. But walking, I get used to it and I like it. So plus you get to be by yourself, and helps your mind to just think things in a positive way, and it's good for every individual to take some time for themselves. So like I said, either if I wasn't streaming this, I'd still be walking. I would have to, but I'm podcasting, and this is working. People are enjoying this, so that's why I did it. Take a swim. I don't know who's in the chat. Everybody welcome. So you guys know that, as usual, I gotta say this every day and remind you, I'm demonetized. I still ain't got a final answer from YouTube. I don't know what's going on. It's gotta be, I got that one email last week, and then a backup email 2 days later, just saying the possible outcome. But be assured that they're hard at work in my best interest to come up with the possible. But if it's not, so I don't know if they just leave it at that. That's just it. I don't know if you get an official email saying, okay, you're officially demonetized for 90 days, and it started back when we first did it. So the calculation is today, I got 80 days left to reapply, which would be May 20th. And that's pretty, I don't think that's such a good policy. It should automatically be reinstated. Why do I got to reapply? That's great. As long as everything's fixed that they're claiming, which was the thumbnails, which I fixed every one of them. If they just see that, I shouldn't have to reapply. So this is make it more harder for you. But they are definitely very sticklers on certain rules. A lot of us got demonetized. Like 4 or 5 shows did, and almost within a week apart. I don't know. Cleaning house, I guess. Yeah, cleaning house for all the guys that break the rules. I used to have a theory that breaking rules was part of life, But when you're in high school, you're a rebel. Some guys are rebels, and the women, some of them are rebels, and they just defy rules because they're their own person. Kind of like that. Not going out and breaking rules because it's going to hurt anybody, But you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes rules might be in place, but that doesn't mean that they're right. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how precedents get set. When people, like growing up and you're in high school and you're one of them rebels and bad boy, bad girl in high school, and everybody else is trying to be normal, and you're defying and you set a trend, And all of a sudden you got people that jump on the way and say, man, I don't have to be a geek no more. I can do this. I can be strong. I can be like him or her, and they do it, and it starts trends. That's how things get changed. Unity of people, gatherings of people, massive amounts of people, change laws, change policies. It's part of history. When you try to go to the Senate and you propose something that you want to see in the laws, it takes a lot of persistence, a lot of people on board, a lot of people to sign petitions, but unity does work. I've always said that you can't do everything by yourself. You have to have a purpose, a reason, and a backbone, and people to believe in it to get change. Unfortunately, sometimes some of the lawmakers, they make dramatic changes after something tragedy happens. Like pertaining to a law for driving or just a simple stop sign on the road where it should be. But until a child gets killed by a car or something, or a truck or whatever, then they take it serious. But when you get a lot of accidents at a place, but there's no fatalities, they just overlook it. Well, you need a stop sign here, or a traffic light. You have 100 accidents over the last 6 months. Thank God you had no fatalities. But when you get a couple fatalities, and then families go and they sue the state, then it's a whole new ballgame. Now they're going to make themselves look good in court. They're going to change the law, change the policy. It's all it's done. It's all for show and go. That's all it is with the government. They only make changes if they have to, if they're forced to, or it's going to make them come out of a bad situation. That's just the fact of life. I've always believed in that. I always will remain to believe in that. So, government works for a lot of things, but there are a lot of things that don't work for it. Not saying that we shouldn't be grateful, because there's other countries that are, you can be executed for a lot less than what some of the crimes over here, So, but that's just ridiculous. But we are what they call land of the free. So I suppose they're right. I guess I don't know. Do you feel free? You guys all feel free? Let's see. Does anybody feel free? Tell me. I'm running for president. Do you feel free? I'm President Joseph C. Will you vote for me next year? If I put a stop sign here, traffic light there, if I make sure that drug dealers will not be within 1,000 feet of your children at school, will that make you vote for me? Stupid stuff like that. They talk, and they never do nothing about it. All they do have a law in place. If you get caught selling drugs near, I believe, any school or anything with kids, any type of building that pertains to all kids, if you get caught doing that, it's like double time. I think you implement double time. So if you were carrying a charge for 10 years, you got a possibility of getting 20 years. But you know what? Very rarely you see people that go to get arrested and go to jail or go to prison that get the max, unless it's a horrendous crime. Hurt a politician, hurt a police officer. Most states, if you kill a police officer, you get executed. It's punishable by death. Guaranteed. Postal workers, federal. You don't mess with the mailman. Don't ever mess with the mailman or mail lady. Never. No. You will have. If you put a letter or something in anyone's mailbox that don't have a stamp on it, didn't go through the post office, and you go it's my neighbor, I really don't want to talk to her, I'll just drop this in their mailbox. Do you know that's a crime? Believe it or not, it's a crime. It sure is. Just by doing that, not thinking you don't got time to talk to the neighbor or someone that lives across town, and you're just in that neighborhood, you drop it in their mailbox. Once you put it in their mailbox, you just committed a crime. Fact of life. Now you got laws like that they enforce, and there's so many other laws that they need to enforce. It's crazy. That just goes to show you how crazy life is. It's a crime for me to go write a letter, put it in an envelope, seal it, not put a stamp on it, because I'm not mailing it through the post. I'm going to go mail it myself. I'm going to go take it to the person. Do that, and they can charge you with a crime. Not saying that they do that, but it's in the books as a crime. So, it blows me away when I see stuff like that. That's the dumbest law I've ever seen in my life. You know, and once you put it in the mailbox, it becomes a federal crime because U.S. all mailboxes, whether you own it and bought it yourself at Home Depot, that mailbox is protected under federal law. So, federal laws are really, I'll tell you what, they're steep, man. What we think is not such harsh of a crime, they think it's like you're committing treason against the government. You know, that's how they take it. So, and it's just the simple laws. And I didn't realize when I did research of how many people went to prison for a real simple white collar crime that they don't play with it. To them, it's serious. And I understand it. You know, if you look at both sides of the coin, you understand what they're coming at. But President Trump, I think when he was in office, he was going to close all the camps. He just said, listen, the camps are just taking too much money. There's nobody in the camp that's a hardened criminal. It's all white-collar people like lawyers, ex-lawyers that are no longer lawyers, doctors, athletes, politicians, people, CEOs of companies. He says, we're going to put them all in house arrest. They violate it, then they go to regular prison. We'll close them up. That's what he started to do that. He just was going to save. It was necessary, you know. It ain't like the old days where they had country clubs where these guys went to a resort. You know, they're easy, but some of them got the amenities. But he was right. That was the best way to do it. They didn't, you know, he got out of office. They never completed that. So waste of taxpayers' money to put people for that. Give them a house arrest. Make them work for their, you know, make them put a schedule on what days they got to be in the office, what days they want to go shopping. Control their life. That's fine, but let them be at home. You know, they break that, giving that gift, then you don't put them in camps or closed. Guess what? You're going to a regular prison. Now you're going to go see what prison life is about. And most people are going to take that gift and they're going to do everything right. Most people. Unless you're Joseph C. and you find something that you don't like and you're going to still challenge it. Yeah, that's me. That's good old Joseph C. Well, I don't think you did it right. I think you should have done it this way. Yeah. Who am I, right? Just I'm a guy that believes in something. I'll fight for everything. I'll fight for a total stranger. I don't care. If right is right, wrong is wrong. But I think President Trump would have been on the right track with that. Unfortunately, I just saw where he got, I forgot what state it was, took him off the ballot for one of the states. So that's what they're doing now, state by state. They're trying to get him off the ballot because they don't want him running because he will win. I don't care what anybody says, he will win. He's what we need. He's what the United States needs. A non-politician that keeps this country moving with work, knows where to change because he's a businessman, knows where to cut the spending, not cut spending that shouldn't be cut. You know, first thing, what do you think the first thing they cut on the budget? It's always education. They always cut the education. Always. Well, we don't need this, you know, we could cut this school, could cut this program. Schools, high schools usually have all kind of programs. You had auto body, you had all kinds of music programs. They've trimmed the music program down to nothing. I mean, they're taking away from education. They don't care. They preach education though on the other end. You know, teach your kids to get education, teach your people to be a good citizen. But then they take all the opportunities away from them. So it's bull crap. They double standard themselves, man. As far as I'm concerned, they take the money away and he wasn't going to do that. He was taking the money away from the right places, you know, because he knew he's a businessman. So he's the president the country needs now, not Biden, not. But they say this Kennedy kid, he might be the ticket. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I know he's the son of Bobby Kennedy. But I always had the impression that the Kennedys weren't allowed to run for president no more. You know, that's what they were warned. I mean, they were warned by being. They paid a price. A lot of people don't understand that theory. Everybody thinks that's bullcrap. You know, if you believe that, Kennedy, Bobby and John Kennedy were killed for reasons that are not in the legislation, are not in the laws. They broke all the laws for the reason why they were killed. So, her father was a bootlegger. He was a bootlegger with Al Capone, Charlie Luciano, all those guys. What his father, that's what he was. So, he was a gangster, plain and simple. So, he wanted his son in office. He got him in office at a price that he knew what he was asking, and he knew that what could happen. When the Kennedys turned on that, that's what happened. And that's what the theory is. I wasn't there, so I can't state it as a fact. But I know for a fact, from people that I know, said it was a fact. But I can't. That's not coming from me. I only can speculate on that. Even the government has leaked out stuff. There's a lot of theories about they're going to be. They have to release when anything bad in history happens. They have so many years they can keep it sealed. And then there comes a day that they have to give really what happened. They have to let the American people know. They don't like to excite the American people or overwhelm them, because it's like if an alien ship landed, let's say aliens landed, do you think they don't go on the news and say? They always make up something, some object in the air, and we were told it was a blimp that came out, whatever they make up. And it really is a spaceship, and they take them over to Area 51, and they make them their slaves, and they probe their brains, and they keep them alive. And they see if they're really enemies or what their purpose was here. And it's all government secret, because people that worked in that top secret program who have retired or left the government has wrote books, and they were almost silenced for it. But I gotta believe the people that were in that for years and years that finally came out and wanted to tell secrets but they block it as much as they can. They ruined them. They ruined them people to destroy their lives. And believe me, to protect anything sacred to the government, they'll ruin your life. They'll ruin your whole family's life. They don't care. That's what they do. That's why I say, are we really free? Do you feel free? Does everybody feel free? Sometimes I don't feel free. I feel free right now, walking and talking to you guys. I feel free. So we know we're going to Rumble as soon as I get this. I ain't even out of the first leg. How much are we walking? 22 minutes. I'm not even in the first leg. This could be 30, 60. Oh, this might be 2 hours before I set the stream for 3:30. I gotta walk a little faster. I put the Rumble stream for 3:30. I gave myself an hour and a half. This is gonna take longer than an hour and a half. Let's see. If it takes 30 this way, 30 that way, that's 60. I can't, 50. I don't know if I can do it. It's gonna be tight. So the Rumble might be started a little late. As long as I get in there, we'll be fine. Should be fine. Or because I don't want to sit and then cut the stream and then start back up at 40 minutes later. I want to try to I'd rather go into it where it's already ready to go. This way we just transfer over to Rumble. So go ahead and get on over there now if you want to go over to Rumble. Anytime after 3:30. At that point we'll be doing a talk part on Rumble. And then you get a chance to send Rumble rants, like people say. A lot of people have hang-ups of sending money to PayPal. They like the Rumble rants because you get to read it. I told you guys before, I'll treat the donation and the PayPal just like a Rumble rant or Super Chat. You write me a letter, write me a note. Here, this is my Super Chat I'm sending you. And whether you dislike us, whether you want to say something really nasty to us, remember, the nastier it is, the more it costs. And then we read that, put that up on the board. We'll acknowledge that. That's closest I come to acknowledging you like a Super Chat or a Rumble rant. So you guys all know, people have donated. We've been blessed with a lot of good people. But my PayPal is at JoeyC0120. At JoeyC0120. Any type of donation helps me. Goes to the buying the healthier foods and keeping the water, and it just, with the extra cost, it helps me. So if you want to donate and you feel I deserve it, at JoeyC0120 is the PayPal. Money sign Joey C. Adrian Boy is my Cash App. So if you feel like I deserve it and you want to help, that's where you go. We'll be on Rumble today, probably the Rumble rants. This is a new month, so go through the whole month and won't see it till April 30th. So that's the problem. So I won't see that money for 2 months. I could be starving and no water in 2 months. That's why while I'm demonetized, I'm gonna take advantage of you know, hands-on with you guys. I think a lot of it is because people got to put their real name. I do get your real name. It does come where it's coming from. We're not your exact address, but we're telling you from. I'm not gonna dox you. That's what you're worried about. You know, I've doxed only 1 or 2 people that come after us, so that I wouldn't do that to anybody. If that's what your worries is, you know, change it. I think there's a way you could not put your name, I think. But I mean, I have gotten people's real names, you know, and some people donate more than once. I haven't done nothing to them. I won't do that. So it's not like I'm not out to hurt people that are kind. Not my way, you know. I would never do that. Just like I'm never gonna get negative no more. So I'm staying positive. I just put all that stuff to bed. Everything's to bed. I'm happy, and just want to move forward and focus on me and the show. I guess Mr. Spider got a nice intro, a new intro, huh? I haven't seen it yet. I've been so busy. He just called me a little while ago and said, "Did you check out last night's show with that Kai's show from that he does Tuesday and Thursday?" And he said that Cut of the Jib, big shout out. Let's give it out now. Cut of the Jib has been a friend of the channel, a good friend, like my other friends at TSN. Cut of the Jib has been a really hands-on friend, helping us out every way he can. He made that intro. A big shout out to Cut of the Jib for all he's doing for CatalanoTV and everything he's doing for Kai and Friends in the Morning and everything he's doing for my friend, the kid I consider like my son, Mr. Spider, who's all excited. He loves you guys. You just don't know what you guys do for him, man. He's a very lovable person. He enjoys doing this, and you guys have been really good supporters of him. So check out Spider Monday through Friday on the Kai and Friends show, 7:30 a.m. and then Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. And of course the Alpha Shot Lounge, Saturdays and Sundays. I think it's 8 or 8:30. They got a big weekend. He was calling to see what they were going to put together for the weekend, topics and stuff. So it's coming along. You'll see me on my Walk and Talk stream, guaranteed every day. 2 o'clock right now is the start time. That will be changing May 1st to an evening stream because of it'll be very warm and humid here by then, and I'd have to carry a Palea cart. You know what a Palea cart is? Everybody know what that is? Come on, I know someone's got to know what they call. I call it Palea. I believe that's what it says in Spanish on their little carts. You guys know what I'm talking about? You see them on certain neighborhoods, on the corners, walking up and down streets with this little Palea with little bells on it. Yeah, I'll have to have one of them with all my water in there. You know, because I'll have to drink probably one every 20 steps in that humidity. I don't know how we doing on time here. 28 minutes. I was right, 30 minutes probably to the light. Make the turn. So you guys, when I did the Walk and Talk stream, I went all the way to Ybor and showed you the Colombian restaurant inside, the history of Colombia. So, you know, which we already knew that was going to be, and you know, like I said, Bob Levy called me today. I left a message for him to call me, and he called me and I asked his opinion. And, you know, he said, you know, I think if you go to a different historical parts of Tampa, and, you know, get a little knowledge of it and talk about it, it'll be going to be big. And I think he's right. I think we try to be creative, but you always got to go to the guys that you know that have done it, man, who lived it. And I'm blessed that I'm able to have friends like that, who I've really become good friends with, Bob and Shuli and Mike and Joe and guys like that at TSN and Zen, and you know, that really give me some good sound advice. And you know, the Chad thing, everybody, I've been getting a lot of stuff about Chad. Like I said, I have reached out to Chad. Haven't reached out to him in a long time. I've tried. He obviously doesn't want to have no interaction with me. He's probably the one smart guy out of everybody. Everybody thought he was a no good person and dumb and criminal. And he's the one that chooses to stay out of my element. He's probably smart. I've never interacted with Chad Zuma ever. Never talked about him, and never, you know, in a bad way. Never sniped him. I don't think he's talked about me. He just a couple comments he said. I'm not in his circle. I choose not to be. He's got his thing. I got mine. And it's weird because we live so close together. People are telling me I should start walking to his house and knock on his door. You know, maybe with a bag of lunch. You know, I don't know how he's going to react if I did that. I'm definitely not looking to get a confrontation. You know, I heard he can be a controversial guy, so if he got in my face, then there's going to be a fight, and you guys are going to love it because you're going to see it live, and I don't want to be that, you know. I don't want to do that because I'm just not in the shape to do that. But I will go over there. I'm thinking about walking there and knocking on his door, give it one last try in a friendly way. But I don't know how to get a hold of him. The few people I do that know him, I don't feel, you know, I should put that burden on them to make the introduction. It's got to come naturally. So the fans now, that's different. If the fans think that'll be a money winner, me and Chad driving around and streaming one time a week, twice a week, or doing a walk and talk together. I don't ride a bicycle. I know he rides a bicycle like he claims, 10 miles a day or whatever. I don't do that. But for a guy that does started walking, but does a 10-mile bike ride, he still ain't losing nothing because he drinks too much. I'm not a drinker, so we would clash there. And if he was drunk when we were streaming, I don't do well with drunks. So that probably would be a dynamite streak, because it probably would erupt in a bad fight. It probably would, because he'd be drunk and antagonizing me, and then I would have to forget about I would stop for 1 second and realize that, wait a minute, you took God in your heart, and now you know. He would provoke me to. I would probably, at that moment, would just like go back to being my old ways, and I don't want to do that either. So. But if you think it would work, if you guys got any ideas and you guys got a hands-on way to get a hold of Chad Zumock, if he heard it from enough fans, it might work. I don't know. I'm willing to do it, but I was advised that, you know, I don't need to be under his shadow. I don't need to be under his brand, and that's right. I got my own brand, you know, and I don't want to be, because he's the guy that's been a comedian for 20 years. He's the guy that's well known. It could very easily pull me under into and make it about him and me being just a second wheel, and I don't want to do that. That would fold up everything. So the person that advised me that today was very right on the money. I got to give him hats off to them. Why would you want to do that and take away from what you're doing? You're a brand by yourself. They're right. And him going to his shadows, you know he's going to try to take it over. You know he's going to make it like you're just a nobody. Especially compared to him, you're not a comedian, and it probably well could go that way. And why should he get that credit for me? You know. So basically, what they're saying is I don't need him. I'm doing fine without him. My numbers are better. I know that. So that's a fact. I don't know if that means anything, but they are. On paper, they are. So take that, and what does that get you? Not even a cup of coffee. So it's all what the fans want. If the fans are crazy over you, and it's true, because you know the people that they support financially is all people that were stars, you know, at one time in their life. Somebody that was, you know, they know, they're fan of. So they're real fans. Me, I'm a nobody, which I always claim to be. I'm just an average guy, and I to build fans, to get any fan base for me, I gotta get somebody that really likes me as a person, because I've got nothing that they want to be a fan about, you know. So when they do enjoy it, then I know they're real fans. But just the way they write me something, or they're supporting me, I know that they really see something and they believe in me. So, but they're right. I mean, I'm not a Kevin Brennan. I wasn't a comedian. I didn't write for Sid. I'm not a Stuttering John who was, you know, I'm not Shuli. I'm none of those guys. Any of them that were stirring for years, or John being with the Tonight Show, and Brennan with all his stuff. I'm none of that. Chad being a comedian for over 20 years, and Ray being a comedian, and those guys have been around a long time, and they got a fan base, you know, that's because of them being a comedian. I don't have none of that. My legacy is I took care of a baseball locker room. I washed laundry, and players come to my office, you know, have a to-do list or things I had to do for them each day. So, you know, that's my legacy, you know. I wasn't nobody in the limelight, you know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the baseball because I love baseball, so that's why it worked for me. The only reason why I did it all to me was because I enjoyed baseball. It's my favorite sport, so I did what I loved. And they say the best job in the world is doing what you love. If you go to a job, and there's many people, I got many great uncles that are long past now, who worked 30, 40 years in a city job, or in some type of job that they did it because it paid their bills and supported their family, but they were miserable. You ask a lot of them, ask anybody that's over 80 years old in your family, ask them that one question: did you enjoy what you did for all your life, or did you just do it because it was a good paying job? And there's a big difference if you did it for a big paying job and it supports your family versus you enjoy doing it and then it supports. Big difference. You'll find out a lot of people are going to tell you that they didn't say to a lot of people. They were really miserable in their job, but they had to do it. They had no choice. There's a big difference. Me, I couldn't say I was miserable. I enjoyed it. Might have took a lot lesser pay than most people do, but I still did all right. I still managed to take care of a family. So I think it was a big difference enjoying what I did than to be doing something miserable. I would have done it too. I would have been grinding, doing the same thing, whatever it took. But I was blessed, so I feel very fortunate for that. So now, if I would only did right by myself all them years, I wouldn't probably even know you guys, because I wouldn't be streaming, because I wouldn't have nothing to talk about and all the bad in my life, which is what people want to hear. People want to hear all the mental, all your stuff that was bad. Misery, they love misery in the Stableford. Misery's the #1 seller in the Stableford. If you got a miserable story where you were in prison or you were this, you were that, anything that's corrupted, they love it. They really do. I mean, you do still be an average Joe guy that does a stream and got nothing bad in his life. See how long it lasts. It don't last at all. Even all the mob guys that are doing shows, they're talking about their mob days where they were killing people. You know, people want to know that. They want to know. They're interested. They don't want to know that you walked to little Mary across the street, little old lady Mary across the street, helped her with her groceries. They don't care. And that blows me away, because it shows a lot of people are inhuman for the great things, you know. But who cares? You're gonna be remembered about walking some old lady across the crosswalk at a busy intersection because she's too old and your words you're gonna get hit, or you're gonna be remembered if you went on the corner and robbed that store 10 years ago. And they're gonna want to hear that one. So that's just a fact. I'm right in the middle of the street. This guy's gonna hit me. There's no sidewalk. Yeah, you gotta get out of the way, pal. I'm walking. Yeah, he went around. See, it worked. But he could have said, "Screw you, pal. I'm hitting you." I wouldn't have had nowhere to go. I would have been hit. That's serious. What do we got here? What kind of plant is this? Fleet Pride. It's a heavy-duty parts and service. That's for trucks, semis. Fleet Pride Service Center. They service trucks here. The big open bays. That's expensive, man. Just to get a tire for a semi is crazy. For them to come out on service calls, insane. So, I'm in the wrong racket. Tow truck drivers, they do very well. They're crooks. They hook you up. They hook that car, take it to the lot because of that sign being somewhere. And they'll even hook you if you're going to the establishment that you're in there using the establishment. They don't care. This car's been here too long. I'm hooking it. And then you go get the bill. Well, you got to prove you got insurance. You got to make sure you got light rate tags. If you don't have that, you got a problem. If you don't get it right away, you got just a hook charge, and the daily rate builds up. Like after 2 weeks, you could have like 1,500, and you might only have a car worth 1,000. You say, screw it, keep the car. You know, I mean, that's what I would do. If you're just an average Joe, and you get towed, and you live paycheck to paycheck, and you've got just a beater car, and you say, I can't pick it up for 3 weeks. Go pick it up in 3 weeks, see what your bill is. More than what the car is worth. So, if you got anything in there valuable, it's going to be gone. Because they give you the option to come get your valuables, and sometimes people don't go right away, and they'll take it. Money, forget it. That money will never be there. Your drugs will be gone if you're in drugs. Anything that people generally viper off of, which is money and drugs and misery, it'll be going out of your car in a towing situation. And then you go to them, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, man. It wasn't there. Maybe the police took it. Always, the tow truck driver always blame it on the police. The police will always blame it on the tow truck driver. Am I right? Am I right? Tell me I ain't right. You know I'm right. I am right, they will. Police can't admit that because that's a crime. Tow truck driver admit that's a crime. So police call the tow truck company. The police are going to say, we don't do background checks. We just use the company. We're not personally doing background checks. We don't know what that driver's history. Most tow truck drivers have a history. At the job, for people that have a history, law history. It's true. A lot of drivers like that. I know a lot of them are stricter now. They don't. From what I hear, a buddy of mine tried to get a tow truck job somewhere. He said that they found out he was in prison. But I think maybe if you had told him up front, that would have been okay. He didn't lie. He lied on the application. So I think that's what he's not telling me that part. I know that there's no way he put it on there. But I'm not gonna say and argue with him and say, come on, you got turned down because you didn't tell them the truth. If you would have been truthful with them, like when you asked me what I thought about driving tow truck, Make sure you tell them everything. This way, if they got a question, you can answer it. If you go and say you've never been arrested, and they do a background, and it comes up you just got out of prison, what are you going to do? You're going to hire that guy? Hell no. You're going to say, if he lied about that, how many toes is he going to steal under the table? And they know, because I talked to a tow truck owner once, and he says, listen, in this business, my drivers are going to steal. It's like in the cab business when you're on a 50-50 split with a cab company. They know, because the 50-50 split means you've got to take every call. You got to put the meter on, so they get a reading out the meter. If you say something about a fare, they go back to the meter and see how many tallies up, how much you made for the day. They know to the science. But if you take flags off the street as a cab driver and you just flat rate it, they don't know. They don't know, but they start putting cameras in the cabs now where the dispatch watches you, so they know. So there's no way to get. But in the old days, you could just go to a cab stand, and you're supposed to tell them when you load, so they know you're turning the meter on. A lot of guys don't. That's their extra money because you got to pay for gas, and on slow days, you got to work 16 hours a day to make the nut, which is whatever you're leasing the cab for and the gas. So those guys are going to trim it. They know that. They understand that's part of the business. It's the guys that do it too much. Same with the tow truck company. He knows that he's going to be driving down the highway and somebody's going to be brought down and flag him down. And he's going to go make a deal to make some extra cash a day. They know that. They know that. They don't encourage it, but they know that's going to happen without fail. As long as they don't do it too much. But if you're smart, you just call it in and say, listen, I just brokered a deal. Maybe a little bit cheaper, but, at least tell your dispatcher, I'll give you half the money. Keep it out of the books. You're probably going to get them to say yes. Then you might get them to say, you know what, I'm telling the owner, you're fired. Okay, that's a chance you take. But I would say money is a pretty persuasive piece of weapon. And if you got $100 in your hand and that dispatcher is working pay to paycheck, I don't think he'll take that $250. My guess is I'm going to dispatcher is going to be deceive the company like that guy did. So, my guess. I'm right. What do you think about that one? You guys think I'm right about that one? I don't know. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I don't know. By the time I get home, I won't see it. It'll be good. The chat will be evaporated, so I won't be able to see it all. It just rolls when it rolls. Don't even post so many. I'd go back and look at it later on after the stream. But, I'm just curious what you think. Oh, what's that? Almost tripped on a piece of. See, I didn't have to go across those streets this way. I'm on Adamo Drive now. Let's see. I'm on Adamo Drive, heading eastbound on Adamo Drive. West is going this way, which would take you. Takes you to. If I turn this way, go straight that way down 60, and I get on the highway, and we pick up 60, get on the bridge, the Courtney Camel Bridge, which takes you into Clearwater. 60 takes you all the way to the beach. So west of anything west in Florida, it takes you to the beach, to the ocean. Everything's west. The ocean's west of us. Behind us. What is it? Sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So at nighttime, you see it setting in the Gulf of Mexico, or if you're on the other side of Florida, the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, the Pacific Ocean, we all know, is on the west coast. Hawaii, that's the Pacific Ocean. It's one place I've never been, but I hear it's nice on the islands, but probably 5 times the expense of a normal vacation, I guess, to go to Hawaii. Very expensive. Some people go there and have their weddings. Cost them a lot of money, fortunes, big fortunes. To go on an island. And get treated like a king or a queen for a couple of days, I guess. Sounds good, huh? Pamper you. Go to the spa locally and just get pampered every while, I don't know. I'm just rambling on. Told you, this stuff ain't easy. Days you really don't want to talk, you just want to focus, but you're dedicated to the wall, but you're also dedicated to you guys. So I guess I'm trying to think what stories I want to tell and which ones I can and which ones I won't. And sometimes I don't even think about it. Sometimes I just wing it. I'll just sit there and say, oh, this just came into mind. Let me tell this story like I did yesterday. But we got the views. The people are watching us, so I'm happy for that. Don't know who's in the chat. I can't even see the chat. So wish everybody well. Hope everybody that's here, God bless you. Hope you're having a happy Friday. I hope a lot of people don't like the Joseph C, which is my real name. Joey is just short for Joseph. But They like the argumental guy because that's all they normally see is the guy that goes for the throat and argues and, you know, and gets all rumped up. It's not healthy for me, man. I put myself in a lot of bad situations doing that of late. So I gotta let me lose the 40 pounds to get back to where I'm not obese. Let me get strong again, and then, you know, maybe I'll do some confrontational stuff. You know, it's never fake. It's all real when I'm arguing with somebody or yelling at somebody. It's definitely me. It's definitely real. So do I want to do that part of my life again? I don't know. Do I want to do it for views? Probably not. Do I even want to do it for super chats? Probably not. Can't accept me for me, then you're in the wrong place anyhow. So it's got to come in life. You got to evolve and become a better person. You got to. Everybody has to. We all have been wild. We all been crazy. We all were wild rebels in our 20s. We all did the drugs. We all dated all the women, or the men, the women. We done it all. We're all creatures of bad habits. Most of us, anyhow. So, but when you get older, you see things differently, and you care about when you get older about setting up. You know, you're retired. You're a grandpa. You want to get that image. People really stress on that. I didn't at first, but I could see it. You know, someday your grandkids grow up and they go back to YouTube and they go, "Hey, that's my grandpa," you know, and you're going off the wall and they're like, "Grandpa, I didn't know you were crazy like that." You never, because you were a grandpa. You were a normal grandpa, and then you don't want that. You know, then you got a lot of explaining to do. It's crazy. You know, what am I gonna do? Tell my granddaughters? Yeah. And the way my mouth is, no, I would be embarrassed for my grandkids to see that. You know, so. At least I'm human enough to respect that. A lot of people, some people don't. They don't care. You know, I look at some of the people that have been in prison for life, and they were gangbangers, you know, as young teenagers, in their 20s, and their 30s and 40s. They become 50 and 60. They're still like they're 16 years old in prison with the gang colors if they can get away with it, with the earrings and the tattoos and the way they walk, the pimp walk, and they're old and wrinkly, but they're still strong. I mean, they're jacked. I mean, jacked. Let me tell you something. Lifting water bags. Whew, them guys get so filled out. Iron. 12 years, 15 years, and he comes out and he looks better. He looks better than Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger ever did. And then they get out and they go back to their old ways, and then it becomes all fab, and it looks terrible on them, you know, especially if they're old. But if they stay in shape, them guys that were true gangbangers or mafia guys, they stay in shape, man, and they're the same person they were, just older and wrinkler, you know. So until they get a disease and they die, like John Gotti, bless his soul, he had cancer really bad. He had cancer in 3 different places: mouth, throat, and I think lung, mouth, and lung cancer, mouth cancer, and throat cancer. And he had triple painful death. And when you're dying in prison like that, you don't get the best care, trust me. You don't get they will put you in surgery if it's a life situation, and they feel that, you know, you didn't suffer enough. They'll keep you alive. They'll chop you up, trust me. You look deformed. They don't care. They got butchers for doctors. You know, so you ain't gonna get the best care, but you'll get something. But if you got something that's not left-handed, and you complain, the more you complain, the more you make them angry, the more they bury you, the more they ignore you. You put in a request. Everything's a request. You got to put everything in. You got to write up. You got to start with a to from, you know, to the proper authority. Then it goes up the chain of command, and it makes it to the warden's desk. The warden says yes, yay or nay. It says nay, you repeal it. If you don't follow the proper procedure and you leave them alone, if you don't leave them alone, forget about it. You ain't going nowhere until it becomes a life-threatening situation, and you're pretty much dead on the floor, and another inmate's yelling, emergency, we need medical attention. They will have to if other people call them up because they're afraid it's going to leak out. They're going to tell their families on the phone. That's why they don't like newspapers in there when you're watching the news. If they can control that, they will. It's hard to control certain things you watch, but they can block channels out. I've seen them do that. If you're watching too much news and you're getting too loose in there, they'll call the company up and block that channel. However they can do it, they put a block on it, like the same way you do it if you want your kids to watch it. They put a block on it. So They don't like you watching news, and they don't like your newspapers. But every day, you'll get that one guard that is, he works for the inmate, and that inmate says, don't worry, I got a newspaper coming every day. He'll make sure of it. And it gets through, it circulates. That one newspaper will circulate, and you got to put it on a list, your name. Because the guy in the dorm is he gets the paper. He's the guy that gets it. So you got to go to him and get on a list. Say, can I get the paper? He'll say, well, I got 10 of my homeboys ahead of you. Make sure he gets the paper with number 11. If you don't get it and you go to him, he's gonna go to somebody and say, what did I tell you? He gets the paper. They'll fight over that stuff. It's crazy. Or if you just forgot, then that's your fault, But if you went up to them and said, listen, I'm next, and they look at you like, get out of here, man. You ain't part of us. But the boss promised you that. They got a problem. You go correct and talk to them properly. But if you just blatantly, they came to you and then say, man, I'm cool, pass, and you don't get the paper that day, That's how it works for that little thing. Everything is very serious in prison. Everything is structured, not just because of the guard. The inmates structure everything. You follow a chain of command in there. You know your place. You know where you sit. You don't go sit on nobody's bed without that permission. You never sit on the end where they put their head. Never late. If you get, oh my God, go sit on someone's bunk and put your ass where their face is. I promise you, 10 guys are beating the crap out of you. Without even a warning. No, don't do that. Don't ever walk in someone's house without being announced. Don't ever. Because I'm going to tell you right now, that's the fastest way to get set up for the people that steal in there, and stealing goes on like crazy. When you're asleep, they come in, and you get the drug addicts that they rob you. And if you're on that list and you get caught, you sometimes don't make it. You don't make it. You probably wind up in a hospital in a coma. I'm telling you that for a fact. There's rules you don't break. Everything is structured. You better. If you're just an average nobody, you just follow the program and stand tall. And never show weakness. Don't ever be afraid of anybody. You got, if you got a situation. I was talking about this the other day with my friend he did 14 years, and he says, you know what? You know how it is. You were there. I go, yeah, but not like you. He says, I'm gonna tell you something. If my neighbor, he told me a story. The guy next to me in his house, he did all hard time. I interviewed him. My first stream that I did with interviewing different inmates. He was my first guy. Great interview. And he said, listen, if my neighbor, if I'm walking down the tier and going to my cell, and I walk past my neighbor's cell, and he's in there having sexual relations with another man, and I see that, and if I don't call him out, I'm violating. Now, if I'm cool with the guy, I got to go up to him and say, listen, brother, me and you are cool. We respect each other. But if I ever walk by your cell again and you don't got that blocked, because you can't stop it, but they're supposed to block it and not let nobody see it. It's really, we got to be very private. We don't let no one else see that. If you see that, if I see it again, I'm going to have to come in here and cut you. And whether I kill you or you kill me, that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you out of respect. And he knows you're serious because you know each other and you know you don't play. That guy will get caught again doing that. He will get shanked and get killed. He would not just shank him, he would kill him. That's what he told me. I would have to go kill him. If I didn't, I would be killed. But because I'm cool with him, out of respect, and he was a brother, and I even went up to him and used the N-word because because that's the respect we had. He said, I'm sorry, brother, it'll never happen again. Now he could have told him, hey, F you, man. Mind your own business. He's all right. And he would have seen it again. He would have went in there and killed him. And no repercussions. Worried about repercussions. He would have just went in there and killed him. No one would have snitched on him. That's how bad it is. You could just be in there. Sometimes people get misplaced, and sometimes they do it just to scare somebody. So they'll see that this is not the life for them. But that's the worst thing you can do to somebody, because they're not going to know how to act. So now they're going to smell fear. So you got all the people in there like, this guy is ours, he's mine. And you're going to get messed with. But if you stand tall and you just start swinging, start cutting, and whether you lose or win, whether you get stabbed 15 times and you wind up in the infirmary 6 months, as long as you sat there and stabbed back, you're going to come out a hero. Never be bothered again. Now, if you kill him, you got a chance of being a shock hauler. So, especially if you were a nobody, you were guaranteed to be a shock hauler. Everybody will be fearing you. You showed you got the what's between your legs to stand up for your life. you're gonna get looked at a whole different, lot of respect's gonna come your way. It's just the thing how it is. Prison is, man. Prison is like that. It's all about respect. Rules are rules. You know them, and if you're a new guy, never been there, they know if it's your first round. They can tell by your ID. They can tell by the number code or the letter. State prisons letter it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, when you walk into prison, you got a G or an H. Man, he's been here 7 times, man. That man gets, they don't even think about talking out of pocket to you. But you got a guy that's an A, and you look like you've got fear, and you just, they just know you don't fit the part. You're gonna get messed with, and you gotta come quick. And that's what my friend said. He said, you know, there was a situation, the guy that was my bunkie. He's a new guy, but he was respectful, and he was cool, he respected it. But he came to a situation, I couldn't get involved. You know, he did it, he created. So I go, what'd you tell him? I went to him and said, listen, you got a situation coming up. Here's the problem, I can't interfere and help you to try to stop it, because you created this. So now you did the talk. If you don't go cut that man tonight, they're gonna come here and shank you. I'm not stopping them, I can't. I gotta just roll my head and just let it happen. You understand what I'm telling you? They'll probably kill you. So your life is probably over in 12 hours if you don't do something about it. You don't go in there and do it first. Now I can provide you with that. Here's the shank. This is what you gotta do, but you're on your own. You better do it, or you will be killed that night. And they don't put the killings on TV. You don't hear about it in the news. If you got no family, they scoop you up, put you in a bag, and throw you out in the field. That's it. That's where you go. You don't get bombed. You don't go to a funeral home. You got nobody. They don't spend no money like that. Put you in a wooden box in a bag and see you later. You're gone. You rot in the earth. So I would want to be near that cemetery. Wow. Imagine the stink. Whew. Pretty smelly, I imagine. So I can only take my knowledge and my experience, but also the experience of all my friends that I've known that have been in there a long time, and just know. I hope this advice could help anybody that might be going down that road. You know, I'm not saying there is, I'm not saying there's not, but if there's anybody watching these streams and they are in that situation, you know, I'm giving you solid, real information how to handle yourself and what you have to do in situations. You don't think because you got a cellie that's cool with you and he's got a good reputation, he's going to go to bat for you. If not the case. You know, my buddy said, listen, as much as you want to help them or as much as you feel sorry for them, because you know they're greener, some situations you just can't because it could mean your life. Now, I got another friend that said he's never went out to do that because he said it could be bad the same way. But he said there was one guy that came into prison and it was such a little small guy, and the guy was in there for the first time for something so stupid. They wanted to make an example out of him, and he couldn't even fight his way out of anything. He was so scared, it showed it. And he was a little guy, and he says, he talked to the guards and put him in my bunkie. I promise you I'll take care of him. And the guard said, yeah, he needs it because he's going to be in trouble if he don't become a man. And he did. He fought for this guy. He broke some people's noses and teeth out of their mouth for them going after this guy. And he stuck with him the whole time. And when they came after him, he just beat the crap out of him or shanked him. He believed in this kid and he knew the kid was in the wrong place. But he told that kid, I ever see you in the prison system again, I'll come and kill you myself for what I did for you. I put myself on the line. And he did that. He's a very rare case that anybody does that. Because you're not going to go on a limb for somebody you don't know, even if you know he's in the wrong place. You're just setting yourself up for problems. But he did it because he believed that hard. And I got to commend my friend for that. And he has already done 5 prison bits. And he said that when he got out this last time he's done, he's been, thank God, 3 years now. He's changed his whole life. And he's doing it. People bet against him. He'll be back because he was always in. He said it always made it just almost to a year before he got busted again to go back to prison. It was always a girl that he was dating when he got out, fighting with her and messing his head up, and you know, he'd go out and do something stupid every time. So, and it was always within a year. He never made it a full year. This time, he said, "I'm not going back to prison," because this time he'd probably get life, no matter what he did, just because he's an habitual, habitual offender. They did to my other friend, my best man at my wedding. He became an habitual, and they gave him life in prison. The crime he did does not fit the life punishment. The habitualizing of how many times he got put in prison for that is the warranted why he got life. Not because of the crime. It wasn't a heinous crime or he killed anybody, but because he'd been in prison for drugs, selling drugs. They said enough's enough. You're almost 50, you're almost 60 years old. You haven't learned one thing. You've been in and out of prison system. And he said, hey, you guys didn't teach me nothing. You guys didn't give me outlet. They didn't. They really don't give inmates outlets. Some places like to keep you in the cycle. Some places, once you get arrested, they keep you in the system and they just rearrest you. They keep you on after the same people. That's how they stay in business. It's a business. So sometimes when you go in the system, it's not good. I tell a lot of young guys, I said, you ever been to prison? No. You don't want to get that cycle because you get out, they ain't giving you no resources, really. I mean, the feds are pretty good. They got a lot of courses and a lot of classes to better yourself. But then the problem is, if they don't got a working relationship with that company, and you go there and you tell them, I just got a prison, I'm trained, they don't want you. They probably 90% of the time shoot you down. They're not going to give you a job if you learn their field. Unless the government or the states go and get a working relationship with that company, which they do. It's kind of like when you're on unemployment, that you go to a place and we have a working relationship with these 20 people. So you're guaranteed a job. And you look at it, I don't want to do none of them jobs. And you start being picky. They're going to say, you just got out of prison, no one's going to hire you to be picky. That's on you. But unfortunately, it happens. But some people are smart, say, hey, I'll do whatever it takes. You know, and they do it, and they make it. But very rarely, they have programs for prison. The feds got a little bit more better than the states. Most of the states, they just don't care. You come out and you're a repeat offender very easily. They want you to. They get their people they arrest in their area, the thousands of people, and they hope they're repeaters. And repeaters is how they keep everybody employed. So it's a bad thing to go, man. I try to tell anybody I know that's going down that path that's young, until you're setting yourself up for failure for the rest of your life. You're never gonna have nothing. You're never gonna have a steady relationship. If you're gonna get girls pregnant, you're gonna be a daddy that's forgotten. You're gonna have multiple kids all over the place. You're not gonna support them. You're gonna be in and out of prison. You got no life. You're done if you choose that. You know, so you'll be, no matter what you do, no matter if you start a business, you're always gonna be failed because people are gonna find out you're in prison. People are gonna out there just hurt you. People, supporters or community people find out that you're an ex-con. They start to shy about. Oh my God, we invited him into the town's, what do they call that? I forgot what they call it, but he's part of the community. We didn't know he was in prison 4 times. Oh, no. And if you do anything bad, forget it. You're done. You start losing accounts. You can't win. It's a no-win situation for you. It's better to stay in school. My recommendation, this is my 100% from my heart to everybody out there. Stay in school, get an education. Don't get in trouble with the law. Don't get speeding tickets. Don't jaywalk. Be a Joe GQ citizen everywhere you go. Raise a good family. Save your money. Buy a home. Have cars. Give your kids nice presents when they graduate from college. Train them to be good citizens. Go out in the world and be a good person. My best advice for anybody. Crime don't pay. In today's society, there's a camera on every corner. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's looking to be a snitch. Everybody's looking to be a star for 15 minutes. Not worth it. Stay clean. Stay focused. That's what old Joey C, and Joseph C. Samuel can tell you. It doesn't pay because crime don't pay. Trust me. I'm a victim of my own self. I've done my share of stuff, and even though it was lesser than most people, it doesn't matter what the crime is. In today's world, it doesn't matter. Criminal's a criminal. It is. It's a fact. It's going to haunt me the rest of my life. Even if I better my life to be, but I'm not going to have that trust barrier if I started something from the ground up where I was a perfect citizen and a good neighbor to everybody. I'm not, no matter what I do. A guy like me who's waiting for a large settlement, that's going to be my dream. That's where I can better myself financially. That's where I'm going to have financial freedom. Other than that, I can work and come up with anything possible that I think is going to be good. And I'm not going to get the support that a regular person gets. That applies to anybody. People understand change, and they're cool that you're changing. But they still always in the back of their head, they're going to remember the bad. For every 1,000 good things you do one bad thing, you'll be remembered as a bad thing, never one of the 1,000 things. That's another fact. If I'm lying, tell me. If you think I disagree, tell me. But I don't think too many people disagree with that. You're remembered for the bad only, never the good. Unless you've done nothing but good your whole life and never the bad, then you'll be a hero. You're an icon. You get a street named after you. You know what I'm saying? And then even after 50 years after death, they try to find something bad in that person so they can just, rip them apart, rip their family apart, or their kids. Or their father was a saint. He did a lot for the country. Their kid's a gangbanger. He's a drug dealer. They'll always try to look to disperse that name. That's what how it is. Especially if it was anything you were fighting was against the government. They might have not got you. They'll rip your family apart someday if you ever get if your children or anybody got a criminal record. They'll use that to rip your name down. You've been dead for 50 years. That's how it is. If I'm lying, you tell me. If that's not reality of life. See what the time is. Am I gonna make this 3:33? Well, I'm 25 minutes for 3:30. I'm seeing 50 to light. It's taking me about 7 minutes if I walk faster. I think I'm gonna be close. Rumble after this. But I'm gonna just walk up a little bit faster. We'll rumble right after this. Everybody go over to Rumble. We'll do the talk part. People ask me to do it, so they want to send Rumble rants. I told you if you want to donate to the cause and you believe that I deserve it and that you believe in your heart I'm going to go do what I say I'm going to do with it. You know, if you got any doubt, don't do it. I don't want you to have no doubt. I want you to do it because you want to do it. At JoeyC0120. I seem to be getting the same donors all the time, which is grateful. But come on, people. You got to help them. If they're helping me and they believe me, these are good people. Can't you give me a chance? I mean, to show you that I'm going to be right? I mean, that's all I'm asking. You know, I show receipts. I don't lie. I would not do that. I'm not going to take your money and you think I do drugs. I'm going to buy drugs or I'm going to run and gamble. I've told you my vices, what I did in my life. I'm done with that stuff, man. I'm trying to fool anybody. If I'm such a con man, boy, I'm sure bad at it because I only got a few peanuts and I've been on. If I was going to be a con man, I would have got everybody early, quick, and I would have been gone. So that's a con man, a guy that gets a lot of money out of people. You know, I'm not like that, man. Especially the people that are kind to me. I'm really not. I don't believe in that. I have morals. I have standards. You know, I could be vindictive. I've shown that. I've shown a lot of bad qualities. I understand that. I'm trying to break away from them. Sometimes it's too late. You set a precedent, like some people say hell. No. You set a precedent for 7-8 months straight. You're a jerk off. You're argumental. You call people out. You do this. Okay, you're right. Does that mean that I wasn't wrong? Because when I was wrong on times that I went after people, I've said it. I judged them too hard. I was wrong. I did. That's a fact. So like I said, if you believe in me, want to help the cause for the Walk and Talk stream so I can keep on staying healthy and have the money to buy all the healthy stuff I need to be, it's at JoeyC0120. If you go to Rumble and you leave me a Rumble rant, just know I won't see that for 61 days. So 61 days I could be so dry and in the middle of the street begging for water. And then you guys will just say, let me go by and kick him in between his legs and make his life end. I can't stand this guy. You probably would. You'd probably come and kick me down when I'm down. Most people do. They'll come and kick you when you're down. That's how evil people are. They wait till someone's down and out and they'll kick them even harder. I don't understand it, but that's how people are. But everybody regrets it when they get old, if they live to an old age and they're on that deathbed and they all say all the bad things they've done and all the things they said about God. Oh, God, please forgive me. They're crying like babies, begging for forgiveness on their deathbed. Guarantee that. So why do that? Wait to death. When you get older, you're supposed to change. If you're a grandpa, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to evolve to a better human being. Some people can't. Some people just are criminals. They stay in prison, not in prison their whole life, or they got life in prison. They don't want to change. They like their life. I don't want to be fighting with people. I don't want to get off this guy. This guy just goes half. I don't want that image. I should have never showed too much of that side. I should have kept it reserved, and people would have respected me more. This guy's a pretty cool guy, but you know what? He gets angry once in a while, but it's warranted. People will respect me more. That's what I think. So, it's cool, but it's a learning process for everything, man. You gotta teach yourself first. I believe in that. You gotta be within yourself. You gotta want something bad enough. You gotta want to change. You gotta want to know that it's gonna be for the better. But you got to make sure that people understand that you're really sincere about it, because anybody can say anything. We all can ramble on and say a bunch of stuff. People say, yeah, okay, just another talk. I don't want that. I want people to know my heart. I want people to know that I'm sincere. I truly am, So that's just how I am, and I have a heart, and I think of. Let's put it this way. When you put a heart in anything you do that bad, it wears on you, especially if you're older. It will wear, like, I was too harsh or something, It does wear on you. But we're all creatures of habits. Don't you agree? We're all set in our ways when we do something that works or we think it's the easier way out. Sometimes the harder way out is the best because it teaches you life situations. And I think that's the best lesson you can do to yourself is teach yourself life situations. At least that's what I think. That's just how I think it works for me, you know? So, I don't know. People might not agree with that. Some people might say, you know, you're right. You got to start with it yourself, you know? I don't know. For me, it works to try to be a better person. And for me, it makes me feel better, you know what I'm saying? It makes me know that, no, Joe, you're making a change. You're trying real hard. And it does feel good. It does feel good. I've always been a helpful person. You know, I've always wanted to help people. And I do. But a lot of times, you know, for example, you see the people that stand at the ramp, at the bottom of the ramp, you know, with the signs, you know, please help, you know. Some guys are honest and say, I ain't gonna lie, please help, I'm an alcoholic, I need a beer, you know. And then you go, wow, here's a buck, buddy. You know, go buy yourself a can of beer or whatever, $2, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, but then you look at the people and say, man, they're just scamming. But then you see people that, you know what, they look pretty beat up, like they've been on the streets for a long time, and they look homeless, really homeless, and you think they're sincere. But it shouldn't care what you think. If you're gonna help them and believe in them, you shouldn't question it. That's what the whole point with this thing here being demonetized. If you believe in me and you believe in the cause and you want to help, you do it. Don't second guess it. The worst thing you do is second guess it. I used to do that. Oh, I just gave $5 to that guy, man. I know he's gonna go buy alcohol. What do I care what he does for? That's his choice. I wanted to help him because I felt he needed the help. I shouldn't even second guess myself. And that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna listen to things or make judgment because based on that and don't get to know the person, then don't do it. But if you feel that you believe in it, you believe in that person, and you want that person to succeed, and you really believe in the cause, then do it without regret. That's all I'm saying. So let's see, I'm looking at the time now, and my time looks like we got 1:11. All right, so I'm almost at the light, so I'm going to 2 more minutes of the light. So I'm looking like I got to get upstairs, fire up the computer, get on Rumble. And I got to add something. I got to add the keys. You got to put the keys up onto the streaming platform so that you could stream off that platform to go on Rumble. I didn't do that. That takes about a minute, 2 minutes. But that's all I got to do real quick. So I can always change the description after the show. So I don't have to do that right now. But I did put it up last night. I'll be on Rumble right after. I set it for 3:30. I'm going to be right pretty close to that with a give or take a few minutes. Might be a few minutes late. So get ready to the next 18 or 20 minutes. We're going to be on Rumble with the talk part. And, you know, people have asked me to do this because they said people want to send Rumble rant. Well, that's fine. Rather, you know. But if you want to help, I told you where the outlets are to help me. And tomorrow we'll be walking. We now added Saturdays. I didn't stream one day this week, but I still walk, so it's not like a makeup walk. It's part of the walk now, Saturdays. And because people, hey, are you considering going to add this Saturday? I think Chris Mack did, and I said absolutely. You know, I was doing that already. They finally opened the Shell gas station on this corner across the way from me. It was closed for a long time. I think they were waiting to get a new ownership, and it was a Shell before, so they got a new owner. They remodeled it. And I said, I don't know if they're open 24 hours. There's one Exxon and one Shell here on the corner of Adamo Drive and 50th. But that Shell was fenced off for a long time. Now they're open, they're in business. Looks like they did some outside work on the building and landscaping they did. I don't know, I haven't been inside there yet. I don't even know their hours. So I don't particularly go this way. I go the other way when I go to the gas station, so. Shell is one of the predominant petroleum companies. They have better gas, mobile, better gas. These off-brand ones, it's been said that they water down the gasoline. I don't know if that's true. Do you guys believe that? Do you believe that these off-the-wall, rickety gas stations that, you know, use these off-brand places, you think they water down to make extra money? I know gas is priced up so high. They get it way cheaper than what they sell for. I mean, the tax is what they pay. Their problem is they got to pay the tax, all the state tax and the city tax. Depending what city you're in, you got the city tax. Then you got the state tax without fail. Same thing with cigarettes. It's taxed. That's why they say don't ever buy cigarettes without a stamp because it's bootlegging. You know, there's a counterfeit cigarette. It's not that cigarettes are fake. And the charge is counterfeiting if you buy packs of cigarettes without the state seals or the tax stamps on it, because in the laws of the federal government, it's counterfeit. People think, oh, I mean, they're fake cigarettes. No, they're not fake cigarettes. They're just selling them illegally. they don't paying tax on it because you got to pay their money. So I'm down 50th now. I made the turn, and I'm looking at it. I think I'm gonna be right on point. We're probably gonna be more like 3:35, 3:40. So 5, 6, 7 minutes late for Rumble. Find me on Rumble, Joey C 4254, CatalanoTV. Most of the people say it's the same way. If you want to be part of chat, you gotta make a page, just like you would YouTube. You don't have to be putting up videos, or you just gotta keep the count active right. Just to have it so you can go into chat. If you don't, and just want to watch it, then you can just go there and watch it. Like a lot of people do. So, I'm almost there. I'm walking as fast as I can. I'm sweating pretty good now, so got the sweat going down my eyes. There we go. I was gonna say I'd sit down for a bit or two, but that'll make me later. So I'll get upstairs. So when I get to the door, I'm gonna kill the stream. Or should I wait and just open Rumble? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stay with you guys. So I'll stay on Rumble for a little bit. We'll talk. It's really the end of the week wrap up. For the week, we'll be done. Talk about it. We'll hear people, what they got to say. People probably going to cuss me. Some people are going to try to come in there and be nasty. That won't be even acknowledged, but that's okay. They're entitled. But if you truly like us and you want to support us, come on in. Let's chat, man. Let's have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Let's definitely have some fun. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I'm pretty personable. I answer questions to the respectfulness, questions. So, ever hear of a place called Restaurant Depot? It's a big restaurant outlet that sells restaurant equipment, new and used, for new businesses or existing businesses. Maybe like a fryer went out, or grill, steam table, whatever. They come over here. I don't know if they repair it, but they sell. Pretty sure they sell used and new and used. They buy out restaurants that close up, resell it. There's a guy in the back there. We do wraps. I always wanted to do that. Wrap my car up with an advertiser. They pay really well if you get the right advertiser. You professionally have it wrapped, and that advertiser pays you. There used to be a thing I used to do, and I did that, and I got revenue from it. They put a sign on. It was some place out of Las Vegas. I forgot what the name was. I forgot all about the name of that. Anybody know what that name is? You ever do that? It was a thing that advertised. You get to advertise. You file the application up. You got to take a picture with the vehicle. You got to show them what you're advertising. They have 5, 6, 7 advertisers. You sign up. There's an opening, and then they send you the literature, the stuff that goes in the window, and you got to show them that you got it in there, and then you get credit for driving around. I don't remember if there's a device they put to know you're driving and actually showing it out, or you got to take a picture so often to let them know it's still on the car. I don't remember, but it was a place out of Las Vegas. I forgot what they were called. Pretty good. It wasn't a lot of money. It was just like a little extra income. They might have grown now. Maybe they got big advertising. Maybe it's big money. But the wraps, if you get a company specifically wants you to put it on your car and they wrap your car professionally, you can get some big money, man. I heard some guys making $2,000, $3,000 a month, man. But they're serious gurus of advertising. So, hey, look at this old van for sale. It's got what is it? It's got 13K. Oh, they want 13K for it. Firm, 120,000 miles, cold AC for sale. It's a Mercedes work van they're selling, taking it out of the fleet. It's not bad looking, but I don't know. I know nothing about Mercedes trucks. It's a little high though, 13 grand, don't you think? 120,000 miles though. If it's legit, that's not bad, especially for a service vehicle. They probably have impeccable maintenance records on it, man. How are we doing on time? We got 1:18, like 12 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be late with the Rumble. I see the light up there, but it's a quarter of a mile. I'm coming to the first railroad crossing. I gotta go through the second. I'm gonna have to do a cut through. I'm not gonna go to the corner today. I'm gonna cut through to get to the bank parking lot, to get into my parking lot. I'm gonna have to save me about 3 minutes. So. Smallest walk, same time. Excuse me. All right, approaching the first railroad. We're getting close. Man, I can't even now. And the sun's really, but I really can't. I saw a little bit of the chat a minute ago. Before me, but now it's blazing behind me, so it's right on the phone. I'm starting to like Sundays, my day of rest after doing walks. It's nice. Got me a brand new bedroom set yesterday. Nice brand new mattress, and box spring, and new frame, and new headboard. Real nice. Got another new TV, just wanted to put in the bedroom at the bracket. That's my project. I don't know if I should stream that today. Should I stream me putting the bracket up, showing some carpentry, how I'm gonna bang up the wall and put about 10 holes in it before I find a stud? Got me a stud maker. You know how people that try to be carpenters, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, this is how it's done. They go in, they watch the, they got their pencil in their ear, and they got their, I even got a level, and they're sitting there and they're like, let me find a stud, and I got it. And they got one of them stud finders that are really not that good. And then, well, it says I got one, and you start banging in the wall and you go right through the wall. Or the next thing you know, man, it said, oh, maybe I missed it by, and next thing you know, you got 7 big holes in the wall, and you finally get it right. The TV's covering up, and you're like, well, man, I gotta cover that up. I gotta fix that for the landlord sees that, you know. I'm guilty of that. I mean, I know how to work a hammer, I know how to drive a nail, but no carpenter. But I think I could do that. I got a stud finder, and maybe that'd be fun, streaming it. You guys are getting a laugh out of me when I put all the holes in the wall. What do you think? Is that something that you guys want to see tonight? Yay, nay? I don't know what you're saying. Talking about it on the Rumble. You think I should do carpentry work? Should I go buy a belt and carpentry and make it look like I'm a carpenter? What should I do? Give me some advice here, carpenters. Or should I just not do it at all? I can just see it now. Like Swiss cheese and all over the wall. Oh my God. Boy, I thought the stud was here. Wait, I'm inside the wall. You look, there's the stud. Oh, I'm about 4 foot off. Yeah. Stick my head in the wall. That would be hilarious. That would be a stream, wouldn't it? Boy, they would have a field day with that one, wouldn't they? But it could be educational too. I doubt. Anything I do is always considered mediocre at best, no matter how good I try to do it. So I come to learn to live with that. I'm okay with that. I do this for me, first and foremost. Helps me. It's therapy for me. I'm in the therapy session when I do this. You know? Do you believe that? Probably not. Believe it. It's therapy for me. Believe it. This is all therapy for me. It's all good for my mind. First and foremost. All right. Still a little bit away from the second. What time we got? What are we doing? Oh, I can't see the clock at all. Oh, forget it. I'm not even. Let me see. Is it 3:20? Is that what it is in Eastern time? Is that confirmed? Am I reading that right? Here's a little shade. I don't know. Not enough shade. I can't see the clock on the phone at all. Well, I don't know. My watch says 3:20, but I think my watch is off. My battery is getting bad on it, slowing me up. I gotta walk this crap here. Not too bad. I thought this looked like it was shady, but the sun's still behind me. That sun is brutal, beating down on you, man. Takes everything out of you. You know? Takes everything out of you. Let me see if I can see the clock now. All right, the sun's gone. I got an hour and 23, so I got 7.5 minutes to make it to. See, my watch is off. My watch says 9 minutes. It's off by a minute and a half. So we're gonna be late with the Rumble. So get ready. We're going over the Rumble. So we'll be killing this stream in about 15 minutes. I'll stay with it until I get completely up on Rumble. Get inside, get some fresh water. I didn't have lunch. I'm having a late lunch, so I'm gonna turn it into a late lunch, early dinner. So I'll have to wait a little while after the Rumble and have an earlier dinner. Probably have to be lunch, so as long as I make my calories, I'll be alright. Water was my lunch today. I do got pickled carrots I bought. Never tried them. A little sour. It's really not a big pickle guy, but I thought I'd try it. Never heard of pickled carrot. I've heard of pickled eggs and pickled pig feet and all that stuff. I see them in some of the markets. That stuff looks nasty. I wouldn't eat it. Guys all remember Leon Phelps? You remember the ladies' man, Leon Phelps? Come on, everybody remembers Leon Phelps, don't they? I'm the ladies' man. He was in the bar with the famous actor, what's his name, Billy D. Williams. They did that bar scene where he was with another one of his brothers who he didn't like because they both liked the same girl. She worked for ladies' man, and I think the other guy she used to work with her, with her ex-boy, I don't remember what it was. And he conned them into, eating the pig's feet and all that nasty stuff. And the guy actually ate human poop. That's what they said that. I don't know if it really was, but I don't know if I guess someone was acting. If they get paid the right amount, they got to do it. I don't know if anybody would do that, but they claimed it was. They laughed and goofed on. There were a lot of funny people in that scene, and yeah, ladies' man, Leon Phelps. And then the guys that put the group together, because the ladies' man slept with all their wives, and the one honey something. At the end, she had all her husband's money and wanted to go with Leon. And the husband was what's his name, the comedian actor. I forgot his name. The funny guy. He's done a lot of shows. He's the head guy, and that little guy that did something about Mary. The guy that acted like he was a doctor, like her, a psychiatrist. The guy with he played in there. Another funny guy. That was just hilarious. A bunch of men. And what's his name? He was. It was just funny, man. Left my rear end off on that one. All right, I'm walking across the railroad. Okay, on a city railroad track, like an L track, you can't touch that third rail. If you touch that third rail, you're gone. But these are not with any electricity. That third rail that's hooked to electricity, it's like getting the electric chair. You know that, right? You ever get pushed off the subway because someone's trying to just kill people randomly? Make sure if the train, they usually do it when the train's coming, you're gonna get killed anyhow. But if you got a chance to fight, don't hit that third rail and electrocute yourself. Remember, I think there's a combination. You could touch it with one foot as long as your other foot's grounded. I don't know if that's true, but if you put both feet on it, you're done. But if you're grounded with one foot, you won't get electric current. I don't know if that's true or not. Anybody electrician can verify that? Is that true? Is that like anything with electricity? If you're grounded, part of your body's grounded, and the other foot's just touching direct current of electricity, it will ground it out. Is that true? I don't know. I'm asking an honest question here, if that's true. I heard that. But they could have just been telling that when we used to jump, go underneath the small guys could go underneath the turnstile, had enough room for us to fit underneath to go under and get on the L without paying. And you had to be really small to squeeze through it. But other guys would take other methods. A group of us, that's one of the things we did. That was one of our big things we did. We would jump the L, not pay it, and get on and go take a ride on the L track. But people would say, yeah, don't you ever get done? They could have just been telling that so you do it. So they're probably telling a lie so you will do it and fry yourself. Who knows? I hung around with a lot of evil kids, that grew up to be monsters. So maybe that was their start of their killing spree. I'm cutting through the bank now. 1:28. We're definitely going to be late. We're probably 10 minutes late. So I'll stay on here. Rumble. I don't think they kill the feed if I don't start it. I think it's still, I got plenty of time. If I have to start it all over again, I probably won't do it. It's a lot of work. At least 15 minutes. And then, we're talking on this. But I think I'll be all right. I'm in my parking lot, the bank. And I'll be coming over to my parking lot in the bank. Got the car group back here. This is part of the property. The property I live on is worth $3 million. The whole property. All the business fronts to the front. In the back, they got a big old car lot. Guy Quality Motor Group. He sells cars, mechanic shop, and it's a car lot. So he stores all his cars that are to the lot in the back of my building. That's so big back there, and part of it's his for his cars. You can see that. See? You see that? That's the back of. I don't have a back entrance. The two front apartments got only front entrance. Two back apartments got front and back. So you go through there. The people that have the back apartments, there's only 4 of them. They go through the back. They don't have to come through the front. Well, it's kind of like a private entrance. It's really cool. And this guy sells cars. He sells them and fixes them. And then I'm coming up to the front of the building where the restaurant used to be. And it's the grocery store or the little liquor store, whatever it was, that is still not went out of business during the pandemic. Got a tattoo shop right next door to me, Checkers, bang cross street to there. Auto parts store, Vance, McDonald's, little Cuban restaurant down the street. Got great homemade food. Tattoo place is packed on Fridays. They make a business on the weekend unbelievable. This whole parking lot will be filled in by this evening. A line of people getting tattoos. Got the head shop right in front. T-shirt shop that just opened. Embroidery shop. Open that, but that's not part of our landlord. Everything here to the left is $3 million for this whole property. They're selling it, you know, which I can't wait because I've said it before. I ain't here by mistake. So this sells. Could be nice. Nice for me finally to enjoy life. So here's the restaurant. You see inside they've done nothing to it. Just got it. Pick the bums go in there. They break the doors. See, they broke the lock and they got in there. So, talking to the new guy that just opened a business. He's got to open a appliance place there. The guy, him and his wife, selling appliances, stoves and refrigerators and washers and dryers. I think anything appliance, I guess. All right, I'm here. Give me a minute. Oh man, that one today wore me out. All right, I got to put my key in here. The door's not supposed to be off. Feel the air conditioner. Got good central air and heat in this building. Love it. Keep my house cold. Gotta have it cold. Hear the dog barking. That's the guy that has a couple dogs. He lives in the main apartment. His dogs are barking. He's a construction guy. All right. See if I. All right. Oh, boy. Some house cleaning going on. All right. Awesome. All right, people. I'm going to try. Give me a minute and I'm going to go over to Rumble. Hi. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Oh, new stoves in, huh? Nice job. Good job. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, you guys will be right back, right? Okay. You know, it wasn't too bad out today. I'm still alive, but the sun. I didn't go where I had to cross it. I did the walk down Broadway to 34 to the Animal Drive, walk to Animal 50. It wasn't bad, but the sun was. It's better. It works, right? Oh, ooh, that's all right. I get it up. Ooh, here, I want to. Ooh, that just fell out. All right, so I was gonna say.
Just don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't see that.
No, it's fine. Just don't step in this and then step on the rug, please.
You got it, Kevin? I'm sorry. I didn't know I had anything in there. Sorry. I smelled something. My wife don't want to get mad at me. Sorry, honey. Sorry.
This is going to be real loose in here.
Is that what is? Let me just look. What happened? Oh, it's just a cover.
Yeah. Well, see this
Yeah.
here.
Is it broken? That cover?
No, I'm not sure, but it's pretty loose in there.
You just be careful, you know, because you don't want to do nothing that's something we don't know about. That's really.
All right.
Once you're getting zapped.
No.
House smells great.
So we'll just clean up back here and then hold on, Kevin. Did you hear? I gotta spray some stuff down here because it's gonna be sticky as hell. The monster right here, buddy. You throw that away.
Yeah. Excuse me, get out of you guys' way. All right, people, I'm here. Sorry.
We didn't step on nothing over here.
I didn't step on. I accidentally. Something fell out of the cabinet on me, and I knocked my wife's drink all over the place. So I made a boo boo. So I'm gonna try to titrate over to let's see. I'm gonna try to go over to so let's see. We'll read the chat in a minute. We'll stay. Let me just get this up and running. So bear with me. How's everybody? All right.
I got blue like that.
All right.
Yeah, that was my fault.
All right. All right. So let's see. Let's finish that up. Did they give me update? Okay, I thought it must have gave me updates. Automatic updates. So let me see. You go here. Give me a minute now, folks. I gotta go to my. I gotta do this the right way. All right, so I have to go here.
We're just gonna go with the-
Yeah, I know. It's good there.
just tilt it back.
I got some really good, strong internet, man. I got 1,000 megabytes per minute, and when I do run a test on it, the speed test, it always gets to about 850 or 9. I never have seen 1,000, so I don't know. It's supposed to be you're paying for it, but I don't know if that's just because maybe there's something that's not right. The area, I don't know. Who knows? You know. Did I spell that right? Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna get in here. First, I gotta get to my stream platform. Sign in. I forgot to do this part yesterday, so it's gonna take me a few minutes. So how about let's see what we got here. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna see. We'll start to see who's all here with us. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Eastern. Hello, Mrs. Honeybee. How are you? Venom's here. Venom's there. That don't sound like you, Splitter. You don't usually talk like that. I gotta see. Well, maybe it is him. He's just getting very vocal lately. I'm proud of him. Venom, telling it like it is. He don't hold nothing back.
Leave that there for now.
All right, so I gotta go here, live stream, and then I gotta go get the Rumble stuff. Okay, so I just put it really quick. Oh, okay, let's do this real quick. Okay. I forgot to do this part last night. Otherwise, I'd have just clicked the button. So that's my fault. Bear with me. Okay, talk, stream. Okay, that's all I think I got to do, right? For now, I could go back and put a stream and go to studio. Okay, wait a second. I think over here, let me get up to Rumble. All right, I got to add a streaming thing. So we put Rumble, click on that, and get the streaming. What I got, because we're 4 minutes, only 4 minutes. All right, so I'm in Rumble, I'm going to live stream, and that's already set up, that part. Okay, I have to go to former, here it is, here's what I got to put in. I got to copy this server, go here, and now I want to add, I got to go back. I have to go, I forgot how to do this. Boy. Okay, I got to go to StreamYard. I forgot how to do this. This is a new thing I'm using. I gotta look at my notes. I'm not trying to hang you guys up. Let me just go to StreamYard real quick and do this. This I know the back of my hand. Create. This is real easy. Live stream. I'm going to there. I'll go there. We'll go here. Walk and talk. Stream. Okay. That's all I got to do for now. I'll schedule it for now. No, schedule it for now. Customize each destination. Create live stream. Okay. Now I want to add a destiny. All right, so we'll go back here. I want to add destination. Add a destination. Create this. Okay, and I go here. Paste. Go back to there. Yeah. Bear with me, folks. Okay. Connect to Rumble. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Use custom. Okay, I did that wrong. Hang on. There we go. Streaming service, which is this is the streaming key I'm doing. That's paste. Then I go back here and get that one. Go here, back there. Go here. Paste. Okay, that's done. Connect Rumble. Okay. Oh no, I did that wrong again. Damn it! It's been a while since I did this, man. I haven't been on Rumble in a while. What am I doing wrong? Custom. Let me go here. Do this again. Sorry, folks. Use custom. Okay, that's what I got to do. There we go. I go here. Go here. There. There we go. Now we're good. Paste. All right. Now I go. I have. Okay. No. Add nickname. I got to make a nickname. Okay. Add. Create. Now we go into the live stream, and I could go here. I want to edit because I want to add. Edit. I want to add the Rumble stream. That's done. Save change. I'm entering. We're getting ready to go now. We're getting ready to control over to we can start Rumble now. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to click on it. I'll know if people are over here. All right, everybody switch over. Switch over to Rumble. We're going live with Rumble. Here we go. It's going live on YouTube and Rumble, and I'll kill the YouTube so you guys get over there. So it'll be on YouTube for a minute. So I'm entering studio. We're going over now. I'm starting to do my intro. Get out of here, CatalanoTV. We'll go here. Brand. Okay, CatalanoTV. I want to go. All right, I'm getting ready to start the intro. Here we go. We're going live. All right, background. Put that on the background. I think that makes sure I'm added in the stage. No, I can't use that. I have to go here, background. For background, I'll just do this for now. All right, I'm in. And now I'm looking for my intro. Where you at, intro? No, I'm going to put that one up. That's better. And the intro is... Where's my intro? Oh, where'd my intro go? Been a while. I don't use. I stream from my phone now, doing the walk and talk. I haven't used this hardly use this anymore. They use it for the channel, so I kind of forgot. Where are my? Am I missing them? Oh, there they are. Is that it right there? No. Oh, no wonder. Of course, I'm not gonna find it that way. There it is. So going live. Here we go. Hitting the live button. Boom. And we're live. Oh heck! I gotta put on. Would help if I put on this so I could hear myself, right? Here I am. I'm doing everything. I hear nothing. I went live and I hear nothing. This is beautiful, huh? What am I not doing here? It's not live. I'm not hearing nothing. All right. Maybe the volume, sound setting. Ah, that's why. Okay. Just plugged in. Am I unplugged here? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Oh boy, something's not plugged in. It's not on. That's why. There we go. All right, we're on. I'm killing the feed here. So actually, I'm gonna talk to you guys a few minutes here. That's gonna sit for a minute. So we're on Rumble. We're on YouTube. We're staying on YouTube for a minute. We're gonna be mostly on Rumble. So I'm gonna say thank you for everybody that did the walk and talk stream. If you got to transfer over to Rumble, Joey C4254 or CatalanoTV. Most people there. Hello, Jason Warren. Hello, how are you? Sign off. Easter time. Goodbye, everyone. Yes, we are. We're done. Okay, we're going by. Thank you for the walk and talk. Go over there.